New York has a brand. And when people see it, it means something. You know, when we go there, it's not, Kansas doesn't have a brand. When you go there, okay, you're from Kansas. Well, you know what? But New York has a brand.
I don't know. Kansas seems a lot safer than New York City these days. That was New York City Mayor Eric Adams and his groupies there, claiming that New York has a brand while simultaneously trashing Kansas. They're all laughing like Eric Adams is some sort of comedian. Although Mayor Adams declared that New York has a brand, he never specified what that brand is exactly. And the real brand of the Big Apple as of late is a ridiculous amount of violent crime, like this recent incident of a deranged homeless man and a convicted murderer, by the way, attacking an innocent woman at the JFK subway station. And the saddest part is that horrendous attacks like this are a regular occurrence in Mayor Adams' city. Unfortunately, New York City's brand under Eric Adams is come get mugged. I'd like to welcome to the program the no-nonsense Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina and author of the new book, We Are the Majority, The Life and Passions of a Patriot, Mark Robinson. Lieutenant Governor, great to have you back on the program. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure as always.
Well, I know you are tough on crime, and you know what we saw there, that woman beaten up in the video in the New York subway station. Her name is Elizabeth Gomez, and New York Post reporters, they caught up with her on the street, and she had a strong message for Mayor Eric Adams. She removed her sunglasses. She revealed her black eye, which she may be losing. The mayor, she said, quote, "The mayor said we would have much more cops in the subway, and the cops specifically would be patrolling the subways. Obviously, the government or nobody is doing anything for us." Lieutenant Governor, this is outrageous. I mean, the mayor's too busy making fun of Kansas. He won't protect his citizens. What's it going to take for these Democrat leaders, whether it's Mayor Adams, whether it's Lori Lightfoot in Chicago, what's it going to take for them to face reality and start standing up for the safety of their constituents?
Well, first off, let's just get this straight. This mayor's a clown. He was acting like what he is, a clown, laughing and joking, jokes about Kansas, saying that New York has a brand. He's a clown. His city is literally falling to pieces. It's falling to pieces. Crime is outrageous. Video after video after video we see of his citizens. They elected him to help protect them, are being attacked, they're being murdered, they're being taken advantage of, and this clown is on TV laughing and joking about having a brand. Yeah, your brand is crime is out of control, and you're not doing anything about it. And the people of New York need to stand up, get this guy out of office, and put somebody in office who's going to stand up for law and order and bring some peace back to that city.
Yeah, no question about it. And White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre, she was asked recently in the briefing room if American cities are safe. Listen to what she had to say about it.
Does President Biden think America's big cities are safe?
That same story also stated that the crime is complicated and multifaceted. Look, this is a president who has secured historic funding to make sure that law enforcement has what it needs, especially, and he was able to do this in the face of opposition from Republicans during a time where he inherited a rising crime rate from the previous administration. The president put forth the American Rescue Plan.
I mean, Lieutenant Governor, we were just talking about this kind of situation with Congressman Jim Jordan, the lies coming from the White House podium, clearly a dumpster fire in this country right now on so many issues, but especially crime in our big cities. And the White House, they say they have a plan and, you know, no big deal. Cities are essentially safe. Do you think the White House has a plan? Do you think they're making any meaningful impact on the situation of violent crime in this country?
I don't believe Joe Biden can make a ham sandwich. He certainly can't make a plan to combat crime anywhere. And this individual you just showed is just another example of a leftist truth denier, AKA a liar, who will stand on national TV and deny what we've all seen with our own eyes across this country and spit in the face of crime victims across this country. It is time for folks to push back against these people and call them exactly what they are. They're ineffective leaders, they are liars, and they have got to go.
When you look at the situation, you know, we were having this conversation on the show last night. New Orleans, they're actually going out and looking for average, you know, civilians to help with the situation. They're the murder capital of the country right now. They're looking for regular civilians to help the law enforcement because they're so short-staffed. The wait time, if you call the police, is about 2 hours. What would you say is the first step that needs to be taken to get these cities back to a safer place?
The very first step to get these cities back to a safe place is to put people on the city council, put people as mayor that are going to stand with law enforcement. That's why your good law officials are leaving the profession, because elected officials refuse to stand up and support them. If we had people in office that would support these guys and gals on the streets, they wouldn't leave, they would rejoin the profession, and they could get the job done. So the very first issue is to get office who are going to support the police.
And protect the Second Amendment. I know you'd also back that as well, because I think a lot of people would like to be able to protect themselves in these cities. Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson, thank you so much for being here, sir.